feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it's sink or swim, only option is to win. In the murky water, not a thought of giving in.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I am your host, Ted Jenkins, sitting here with my co-host, Chris Hanks, who's the Executive Director and founder of the Shore Center for Entrepreneurship. Kennesaw State is exploding here in the state of Georgia. And of course, today we had our guest, Dr. Steve Palmer, who's the Executive Director of the Cottage School, which is just an amazing school that you should check out in Roswell, Georgia. We talked all today about running a non-for-profit and how to be successful running a non-for-profit. You should listen to the entire replay at shrimptankpodcast.com, or you can always download us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or SoundCloud.
So, Dr. Palmer, one of the things I'm so impressed with is what you're doing to infuse entrepreneurship throughout all grade levels. And I've had the privilege of working with some of your teachers to do that. And I guess I was curious about, why do you think that's important?
Well, I believe it's very important because when we talked earlier, most systems is a one-size-fits-all, and everyone that walks in this lane and row. With the entrepreneurship, what we're trying to do is help them find their voice, that being creative, ingenuity, and with my school being a work-based model where kids come to work, that premise and concept of coming to work, making money, adding that you don't have to follow the pattern of everybody else. You can dream big and reach those dreams. And the reality is they can see those things happening with the community, those of you, like Ted, and those who are in the community that have made their dreams happen. So our kids are embracing, our staff is embracing the entrepreneurship program.
You know, running a non-for-profit is difficult because obviously you always have to think about the finances and how to make the profit and loss run. And they say that talent is in short supply and we're at almost an all-time low for unemployment. So how do you go out there in this kind of environment today to hire and retain talent in a nonprofit organization? For those out there that are trying to run a non-for-profit, how would they go about doing that?
Well, I believe that the purpose, the mission has to be strong. Whether for non-for-profit, as you mentioned, it's hard to find those who come in compared to getting paid extra, investing, becoming owners of a company. Sure. That doesn't happen with us. So you've got to have a program, a purpose, a cause, and that's where I believe it is a challenge with the Cottage School. But you go in education and you're trying to make a difference for those who are underdogs. So you've got a lot of people with their heart and the right mindset to come in. So recruiting those people to stay with you is a challenge, but it's been very rewarding and successful at the Cottage School.
It's all about the cause.
It's all about the cause.
And the Cottage School is such a special place with some special teachers and some amazing kids. What are you most proud of?
I'd probably have to answer that with twofold. One is the success of the students, hearing the stories of them coming back, hearing the stories from the family saying, my child, even heartbreaking of taking their life because of the situations that they were in, because the way they were treated and the way that they were being directed as they weren't smart. So seeing them come there, grow, blossom, become successful, and success breeds success, and that wouldn't happen if it weren't for great staff. So I'm also very proud of the staff and those individuals from the teachers to the faculty, the administrators that every day are committed to making those kids' dreams come true.
Do you have one movie out there that you love that's about school or college, or any movies you'd recommend for people to watch? Any ones you like?
Well, I know you would go with Ferris Bueller, but I'd probably go with I'd probably go with Dead Poet Society. That would be one of my favorites.
So Dr. Palmer says I need to go with Ferris Bueller. I like that. For folks that are watching the post-show wrap-up and they want to learn more about the Cottage School and maybe take a tour of it, see if their child is a fit, how can they learn more about the school and the amazing things that you're doing in Roswell?
Definitely go online, reach out to cottageschool.org. Again, I'm Steve Palmer, and I'd be more than happy to take you on a tour and elaborate more on how the school continues to grow, and love to have you be part of it.
Well, Professor Hanks talks about it on a lot of these programs, but being a successful entrepreneur is often like being a successful teacher, which means coming up with the right lesson plan. And if you put a good plan in place and you execute it over time, you can be successful like the Cottage School, and you too can be a successful entrepreneur on your own. And that's the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.